Seeing the episode of Roll or Die was very satisfying. Like, Dane is a scumbag that he went through so much effort to try to ruin the livelihoods of Flum, Milkhead, and various other people. And to see this expression right here, I think it was a very satisfying way to enjoy the episode, satisfying way to end the episode, rather, what I meant. To see how, like, all his lackeys have either died, betrayed him, and it was just very satisfying. It was very dark. I imagine this guy right here, that he was his lackey. I imagine this little ball. It has some connection with the church. What that may be, I don't know. I guess they'll have to show show off more the context in the next episode. But I think the implications of this episode really just make me interested on how exactly they're going to tackle the church and the kingdom and various other people. Like when you see like a character like Flum, like the corruption is very apparent between the kingdom and the church. The fact that when you have a character where Flum is like these characters, these royal armies, are willfully participating with the lackeys here, with the criminals here. They are willfully like breaking, not willfully breaking the law and serving in their own self interest. It was just so interesting to me seeing how someone like Plum, like again, her ability, like again, that little reversal is so overpowered. Like I cannot understate the importance of that ability. Like this ability is clearly going to have a role because the fact that like she has an ability that nobody really knew about until she didn't really know about until she was actually on death's door. Like this ability is definitely going to have some kind of major role. Like right now, it does have a major role in keeping her life spared, but I think it's going to definitely have a major role against the either the church or the kingdom. I definitely gonna have to definitely have a bigger role to play. Like I don't know what exactly that may be, but I'm genuinely am curious what exactly they're planning with that ability of hers. Cause they make that ability seem so youthful. They set the implication that it's going to be so youthful in the future, and it really was so interesting seeing how Flum, like the fact that Flum, like he was getting chased and she was getting absolutely hounded. You know, again, the fact that like she gets shot, like absolutely shot in the chest, and immediately just revives. It was so surprising to me. It was genuinely surprising to me how she's just basically immortal. Like I don't know if there's like an actual way like like it does make me wonder like are we gonna have any actual like intense moment, like genuinely intense moment where you think that for sure she's probably gonna die. I knew for the entire episode she wasn't gonna die because she's the main character, and you can kind of tell when she gets captured and there's a child here, a blind child, and she actually and Dane over here actually tried to poison her. Obviously, the poison wasn't going to do anything because she could just reverse the poison. I mean, it wasn't like clearly Dane didn't know the actual dangers that he was in. Like clearly, they was never going to work in his favor. Like it was very scummy to me that someone like Dane was trying to use every connection in his power to try to corner Flum and try to actually just straight up get rid of her. It was very surprising to me how how serious he was about getting Flum. Like I know he had that ego. The fact that he was so insistent on getting rid of Flum. He was so insistent on getting rid of Flum, Milkit, and the rest of the party there. He was so insistent that to the point, like I said before, it actually caused his downfall. But the fact that we have seen, like this guy, like he clearly wasn't meant to be the main character. I mean, not the main. He clearly wasn't meant to be the final boss because I think he's obviously dead. Like I think I would be very shocked if this man appears in the next episode perfectly fine. I imagine he's gonna be adored into whatever that thing was at the end. I imagine like it is so surprising to me. Like someone like Flum, obviously being the good person that she is, she took the poison. Obviously, like there was no world that she wasn't going to die. That would be I would have been shocked. I would have been genuinely shocked. Like you see that like gone. but there was no world. There was no world that she wasn't going to that she was going to die. That I think that like again like like I know they said that it could potentially kill a dragon, but this is Flum we're talking about here, and it was just so crazy to me seeing how this guy, even though he is a scumbag, I'm genuinely am surprised he still had these two lackeys in his mind. I'm genuinely surprised that this is a person who actually does care about his lackeys. He actually has some level, at the at the very least, some revenge motive, even if it was out of some egotistical pride of being able to protect your own interests, and you couldn't let a girl that is beating your lackey and you do nothing about it. It's like it kind of makes you seem a little weak. And like I imagine Dane didn't want to seem weak and just actually try to avoid her like at all costs. But honestly, avoiding this woman was honestly the best. Would probably would have been better because the fact that someone like Flum, he immediately comes back with the vengeance here. Like you could clearly see this woman. Like the fact that Dane is genuinely surprised. Like he should not have went after Flum. Like of course he didn't know the the scope, but the fact that this woman right here, like again, she just just obliterates these people. Like it was just hype, like genuinely, no mercy whatsoever. Like I think Flum, like I said before, Flum is such a fascinating character. I really do like her a lot. Like it is so fun watching her tenth moment. It is so intriguing with her, and not only that, I think the narrative is really fun to watch as well. Like the narrative is so interesting. Where you see the Royal Army here, and it was just so interesting how she is obviously surrounded by so many people, and the narrative. It really does make me like hype. 'Cause I would have been. I'm pretty sure that Flum would have absolutely just killed all these people. I would have been very surprised. Like you could see her, like she is just enjoying. Like she is, like it was just so cute seeing how much she was working there. Like it was clearly game over. Like even if they she even if she didn't get the help of these people right here, of this person right here, Oteely, like I'm pretty sure Sloan could have took all those people out by herself, no problem. And it was just so interesting to me because seeing her abilities is like actually crazy to me. Like the fact that she just her genocidal arts, like that is absolutely broken to me. It does make me wonder to what scale can this power be used. It does make me wonder the fact that she's able to do that that easily. It does make me wonder what the condition, what the effects of her power is. What exactly is her power? Like the fact that she's able to do this from such a long range, and again, she is just instantly clearing these people, no problem whatsoever, and to the point where Dane, he's like shaking in his boots. Like the fact that he just immediately just running. This guy obviously died. I mean, this guy was the guy that died. Well, not died, but transformed into whatever that was. But this was, like I said, this was clearly the downfall of Dane right here. The fact that like he had to run, still got hurt, still got hurt, but there was clearly no way that Dane was going. Like it is so crazy to me that Dane still had some level of revenge in mind after the significant downfall that he's still in. The fact that he is still wanting revenge even after all of this, you would think like a person like Dane would have some level of sensibility after knowing that this lady right here, this lady right here will help him slum. You would think that he would actually, lick his wounds and actually just think of another plan and actually do something else. Because Slum is kind of she's just too much of a problem. Like the fact that you didn't do you didn't make any progress whatsoever. Like you were absolutely better off just minding your own business. But of course, this is a thing we're talking about here, and it really is cool that seeing how this woman right here is surprisingly acquainted with Flum here, and it was just so cute seeing how Flum is getting acquainted with past people from her past. It is so satisfying seeing how Flum is a character that like even though she has a bad past, she still has a lot of allies. It's so very interesting seeing how someone like Flum is she still had people on her side. The fact that she had had so much to spare, like the fact that like it is so happy to me. Like she has someone like Milkhead on her side. Like Milkhead, like these two right here, like are such a power duo. Like you just so sweet seeing. Like I really did like this. Like the whole gang is together along with Sarah. Like it did really make me happy to see how all of them are all together, and they seemingly do keep the child. This child that's seemingly blind, and I don't know what exactly they will do with her, but it seems like she's going to have a role to play in this. Like we have 7 episodes. There's 7 episodes. I imagine there's going to be two episode 12. I imagine she has some semblance of connection to the church or a kingdom or what or whatever. I imagine that there will be some kind of like grand reveal, whatever that may be. I have no clue, but they obviously there's some obviously corruption in the royal army here. There's some obvious connection here, and there's basically corruption everywhere. To be more frank, like whether like I said, the church, the kingdom, there's like corruption almost everywhere, and they're going to have a big confrontation and doing that because like they're going to have to tackle that head on. And apparently, Dean is like a noble. That kind of surprised me. He used a lot of powerful connections, but at the same time, though, Dane is if kaput. I think he's dead. I don't think. Like he didn't really use the connections as best as he could against a person like Flum. I feel like he definitely probably could have planned things out a little bit more and actually, studied Flum, actually just watched from a distance and actually gazed. Like you have so many connections, and it's very surprising to me you didn't use those connections to gauge the level of Flum. You were immediately confident that you could just wipe out Flum no problem. But personally, to me, if I had all these connections, I would have sent a buy to just check her power level, to check her guild or anything like that. It is very surprising to me. Like Dane had no info, no knowledge of the true capabilities of someone like Flum, and even though he had ample opportunity because Flum was doing quests and all these different factors, so he could have had the manpower to buy on her. And the fact that he didn't do any of that and he just went for it and he just straight up went for her like no problem, and he and totally expected to have no consequences, no flaws in his plan. He thought it was a perfect plan from the get go. It was just so surprising to me. He was so overconfident, and I did like this girl. The fact that this girl right here is so gung ho on on her mentor, like the fact that like she has such a huge crush on her. Like the fact that like she is absolutely like a fan, like thinking about her entire body really. Like even the pores on her fucking skin. It is so cute seeing how all these different characters have some level of crush or attachment. Whether we're talking about Sarah and her nun sister, whether we're talking about Milkit and Plum, or whether we're talking about this right here with Oliette, and I believe this woman's name is Henria. You get the saying. I really like how they keep reinforcing that connection with all the different people and how they all kind of share something similar to a degree. And it was just so interesting that seeing how this is basically the hero party right here. This is basically the hero party. Like this is like the new version because the hero party is just done. Like I'm pretty sure more and more people are going to leave the hero party because it's actually worthless. Like it is actually not worthless at all. Like the fact that like it is no point at all. Like the fact that like they are starting to recognize that the church is useless, the kingdom is useless, and the hero party is definitely compromised. So up to them to actually do something about it. What they can do, I have no clue, but it's the fact that none of them knew about the true potential of someone like Flum. They didn't know how Flum could be, you know, how she could be utilized in a combat setting, and the fact that she's just now realizing how good she could be in combat. Like it took her so much trial and error to recognize how significant of an ally she really is. Like she is so good at fight. Well, her her ability makes her so good at fighting. It makes her so unbeatable basically. Like there have been very little people that have been able to seriously get her on death's door. She's been doing relatively fine, even against the more stronger bosses, against like the ogre, the wolf. She's been doing relatively fine for the most part. She did sustain a lot of wounds, and such as like her arms, legs being cut off. But for the most part, she's been doing fairly well. She's been doing decently well, and the church clearly had a role. There's no way that she wouldn't. There's no way that the church didn't know about her powers, because otherwise, why would, like you said, why would she be chosen? I don't know. Like, it just made me wonder what is the church true intention. Like, clearly the church or the kingdom or whatever, they clearly have some plan in mind. Proclaim, they clearly have some sort of intention. What that is, like again, I have no clue, but I'm very curious. Like they keep setting up the future implications of this episode, the implications of Flom's true ability, it does make me wonder what that results in. I do think this episode was very interesting to see, and it was also very interesting to see how Milkhead, Milkhead and Flom, they seem to be very close together. Like someone like Milkhead, she's able to sense when Flom is down in the dumps. She's able to sense when Flom needs a reassurance. It is so interesting to me seeing how Flom used to do the opposite, where she will always comfort Milkhead. It was just so sweet to me. Now it's like a back and forth of reassurances. Like I think this episode was very interesting from a tactical standpoint and an emotional standpoint. Like again, it does make me wonder what exactly they're going to do. It does make me wonder, like, yeah, I think Plum is probably going to be a little bit more careful, considering that Milkhead, she has a lot more emotion. She had a lot more worry for Flum, because Flum, she's definitely going to have a lot more of a target on her back. I think I would have to assume, especially since we're getting to the climax of the anime. Like again, we're on episode 7, so I imagine the church is going to start to be more involved. I imagine the church is definitely going to have to there's definitely going to be an antagonist against Flum here. Like I imagine it's going to be a dramatic difference in danger here. Like again, Dane was just a mini boss right here. Dane wasn't an actual dangerous threat, and I did find that cute how you see her blush for a minute. But Dane right here, he's actually a threat to the point where this guy right here, he easily overthrows Dane, like no problem whatsoever. The fact that he easily betrays him, like Dane has nothing left. Like I said, he's not worth much at all. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure Flum could probably defeat this person as well. Like the fact that like someone like Flum, like I genuinely don't think any of these people could defeat him. Could defeat her. Like I genuinely don't think so. I definitely do think that Flum is going to going to change the entire landscape, and for the sake of having peace with Milka and others. Like I imagine he this person is probably going to be the next one on the chopping block. I imagine this guy is definitely going to die. Okay, I would be very shocked if this guy actually managed to pose a significantly bigger threat than someone like Dane. I'd be genuinely surprised. But at the same time, though, this person right here, he has more knowledge, more insight on Flum, while Dane clearly didn't. So I imagine this guy is going to be more prepared for for attacking for attacking Flum. I think he's going to have more of a bigger plan. I imagine this guy is going to be more more insightful and more planful, more intellectual about how he does things. I think he's actually going to have to, like, actually not let his ego take control of him. Where Dane, like, again, he's just very egotistical. I think this guy's going to be more logistic and more focus on what he's trying to do. I like dang like just get him out of here. Like he was absolutely he was absolutely worthless. Like he had no like he had nothing. Like he actually had nothing. And I'm pretty sure, like I said before, I'm pretty sure he's probably going to be absorbed into that thing, whatever this thing is. Like I guess we'll just have to see what happens in the next episode. But regardless, I think the episode was very solid. Like genuinely, I do think so. This episode was really interesting with how they're setting up the grand finale, the last what like 6 episodes I believe. The last no yeah 6 episodes. It's very interesting how they're consistently making the church to be this big bad this big bad threat that they all have to team together to face. Like it does make me wonder how exactly that's going to pan out, or how exactly the outcome of all of this going to be. And like again, I really do appreciate the the I really do appreciate the anime as a whole. I really do appreciate what they're trying to go for. Like, I think I'm probably am going to watch. I'm not watch. I probably am going to read the manga. It does make me wonder. Okay, I don't imagine they're going to complete this art they're trying to do. I don't imagine that the church will be eradicated in episode 12. I would be very shocked if they manage to completely get rid of the church in just 12 episodes. I just don't see that happening, but I would love to be surprised. But regardless, though, let me know your thoughts on Roll Over Die. I think this episode was very, like, again, every episode I think is great, but let me know if you have any qualms or any dissatisfaction with this episode. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on next one.